Local election officials in 3 states are facing some serious legal trouble. They're taking it upon themselves to investigate baseless allegations of fraud in the 2020 election. Now state legislatures are rushing to make sure those same officials can't go rogue and change election results in the coming midterms. NBC News senior reporter Jane Timm's joining us now. Jane, what exactly are these local election officials doing, and why are the state legislatures getting involved?
Hey, Aaron. So we're starting to see a number of election officials who believe these conspiracy theories about the 2020 election and believe that there was fraud, sort of taking matters into their own hands. Now, these people are unique in conspiracy theorists because they have access to our election system. So in a place like Elbert County, Colorado, which is one of the most recent incidents, we saw a county clerk there say that he's acknowledged this in legal filings, saying that he believed that the routine software updates that happen every year with Dominion software were going to delete all these records about the 2020 election. And so to preserve that, he went and copied all of these data, these servers and computers from the county, and then gave it to a lawyer for safekeeping. Now, this is an unauthorized individual, according to the Secretary of State's office, who says that this is a secure ballots who are voted ballots in terms of voting information and secure elections data that was then given to an unauthorized person that the Secretary of State office says we still don't know who that is, or we haven't seen these copies. Now, this kind of breach, as they call it, it can be an issue. So the next day after this particular copying, the software was updated. They say the election systems are fine, but we are worried about what data is out there. And we've seen in places, including Colorado, where passwords get shared online, and suddenly those systems have to be deauthorized, and recertified, or buy new machines, which can cost taxpayers money, and it worries people.
So, Jane, look, I mean, you've been on this program many times over the last year to talk about these allegations of fraud that have no basis in reality. Why is there still so much focus on the 2020 election?
I'd say because the people who made these baseless allegations and the stolen election lie are continuing to do so. President Donald Trump continues to say that his election was stolen, and his allies continue to perpetrate these. So in that Elbert County incident, you saw election denial activists on the phone with this county clerk, walking him through how to do what he does. So there's instigators here in these circumstances that are continuing to push local officials to do this. And government officials are worried that this may become more of a problem just because you see so many people pushing this, and you also see election deniers running for Congress, or running for, not just saying Congress, but running for these local official positions or Secretary of State in some states. There's more of them. It's become contagious, and it's become, in some ways, a winning issue in Republican primaries.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.